Hello, my name is Sean, and today I'll be starting a new career mode game in Kerbal Space Program focused on using probes for exploration. The save will be Kerbin Engineering and Science Administration. The mods I will be using is Deadly Reentry, Kerbal Engineer, Kerbal Joint Reinforcement, KOS, KSP Stock Expansion, KW Rocketry, Remote Tech, KLA Stock Alike, ScanSat, KSP Interstellar. On the mods with parts, I've removed quite a few to save on memory. The rules are no Kerbals allowed outside of the Kerbin sphere of influence without heavy radiation shielding during transit. I may simulate the shielding with 6 heat shields or structural panels. No transmission of non-measurement experiments, so like the materials bay and the goo canisters. I'm not going to transmit that information. As far as data experiments, such as the thermometer or the graviton scanner, we're going to limit to 2 transmissions per science instrument. The focus will be to actually get information back to Kerbin. As far as the science labs in the Interstellar Science Lab, we're going to limit to two per sphere of influence. And we're going to try and keep reloading to minimum, and we're only going to allow 1 research node per mission completion. Okay, here we just have our first initial suborbital test ship. I've got a couple extra parachutes on there to allow the whole thing to land without hopefully exploding the engine. I've got flight engineer up. We're going to look at atmospheric efficiency and try and keep us around terminal velocity there. So it's just going to fly straight up, trying to keep around 100% atmospheric efficiency. My cat really wants to be all up in my face whenever I am recording. This will be a pretty straightforward mission. We're just going to fly straight up. I am going to do a kind of a crazy thing here. We are going to try and get up into the upper atmosphere. We'll take a crew aboard, and then Jebediah here is going to hop on out, do a quick EVA report, and then hop back in. So basically, you just go straight up, and then once the velocity gets down to around 50, I'll be hitting the EVA button, hopping out, doing a quick EVA report, and then hopping back in before it gets too, the airspeed gets too much to that Jebediah can't hold on anymore. Burned out the last of my fuel, and I'll do a quick time warp here for physical time warp. And here's where I hop out to grab EVA report. And I believe the upper atmosphere starts at 18 kilometers, so we got up there by a pretty significant margin, pretty much almost double. And now we start falling down. So I'm again on time warp here until parachute range to open up. Open up the parachutes. And again time warp down, because this is just absolutely thrilling to watch a ship fall. And my kitten is again on my shoulder purring as I record. So I apologize if you guys are picking that up. Slow down time warp again so the parachute's open, and then I'll time warp again. nice soft landing, and Jebediah is going to hop out and test the structural integrity of his flight suit by a small drop down. Oh, it looks to be okay. And grab a surface sample. And then we'll recover him. And hop on over to the tracking station to recover the ship. Grab our science. And remember, 1 science node per completed mission. So even though we're going to have a little bit of extra science left over here, that is quite okay. We'll use it eventually. Just taking a look at what's going to be coming up. And look at what we got. And so that's the introduction. Thank you very much for watching.